your diet, change your life, change the planet.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day here in Bennington, Vermont, at the beautiful Everett Mansion on the base of Mount Anthony with my buddy Jim Sweeney. And the last time we made a video about this particular run, we're doing repeat ascents of Mount Anthony, we had done 4 of them, and that was our record, and it was the most insane workout I had ever done. And Jim emailed me a couple days ago and he's like, you want to try for 5? And I really haven't run for the past 12 days because I've been dealing with an Achilles injury, so I thought, well, that's a really dumb idea. So I said, yes, let's do it. Because that's what crazy runners do, right? If you're going to try something really, really challenging, don't put this giant goal over you, because sometimes it can be mentally just too much. So break it into smaller parts, break it into smaller parts. Don't even tell yourself how much you've done. Don't tell yourself how much more you have to do. We just did a warm-up. Warm-up consisted of 3 times up the mountain, but that's just a warm-up. So now we're about to start the workout, because we're just telling ourselves, oh, we just have 2. We're just doing 2. You know, at the end of the day, we'll add it up and it was 5, but right now, we're just doing 2. How you feeling?
Like I'm just starting a run.
Yeah, so that was a warm-up.
That was a warm-up.
So how long is our warm-up so far?
Our warm-up is 1 hour and 43 minutes.
Nice, sweet. I noticed you're running in New Balance road shoes, so tell me about your choice of shoes for this mountain ascent, because it's pretty rugged terrain.
They're just comfortable.
They're comfortable. And I'm running in Brooks Green Silence, which are also road shoes. A lot of people run 5Ks in these. They have no tread. How you got for tread there?
These are new shoes, so I've got a little bit of tread.
Yeah, a little bit of tread. But my view is you really don't need trail shoes to trail run. What's your view on that?
I don't think I've ever run a trail shoe on trails.
Yeah. And this is about as steep as it gets.
Yeah, you're not going to do anything steeper than this, most likely.
And it's muddy and rocky.
And rooty.
And rooty. And are we doing fine in our little road shoes?
We're fine. We slip every once in a while, but nobody's falling.
Yeah. I think trail shoes are mostly marketing hype. I do all my trail running in just regular road shoes, lightweight, minimalist road shoes. These guys are, I don't know, maybe 6 ounces, very comfortable, and no lateral support, because I want my feet and ankles to actually build the support. All right, so we're gonna start again here. We're gonna start the workout now. About to do our 2 ascents, and because we're just starting the workout, we're gonna go really hard on this one. We're gonna try to do it the fastest ever, because we're fresh. We're not tired yet. That's what we're telling ourselves anyways. We just finished number 4. What was our previous fastest time ever here?
It was probably 2050, which I think we just did.
On number 3.
I know we had another 20 something somewhere, but we just ran on our 4th attempt today, 17:59 for myself, and Tim ran 30 seconds faster than me. So we crushed it.
On number 4, which last time was pretty much insurmountable. We were devastated running up number 4.
Last time I was walking, I know that.
So persistence pays off. Putting in the hard work pays off.
Very much so. And in a month, a dramatic change.
When you think that something is impossible or insurmountable, just keep your head down. Take 1 step at a time. Don't talk yourself into this ridiculous future that's too big and too scary. Yeah, I know I've got a huge mountain to run up, but keep my head down. What I was doing is counting plantain leaves as I was going up the mountain, which are these guys. I was looking at these guys and I was counting the leaves as I was heading up to distract myself from the pain and from the climb, and it worked. Before you know it, we're done. We're about to do our last one, number 5, but we're going to treat it like a warm down. It doesn't mean we're going to go slow, but mentally, I'm actually looking forward to it as a nice warm down, because that was such a sufferfest just now that this can't be anything but easier. But still, it's the most intense workout that I have ever done. It's so intense that Mountain Dew is that the choice beverage?
Yeah, I'm out of water.
Is that literally Mountain Dew?
That's literally Mountain Dew. I'm out of water.
So you want to get a pound like 2 liters of that for the...
Yeah, for the whole day.
My whole thing is about renegotiating. You know, you tell yourself what you want to do, but you can renegotiate all along the way. That doesn't mean that you're not going to do it. We just renegotiate the terms. And that way, what I'm doing is psychologically reframing what I have to do so it doesn't seem that hard. And celebrating every step along the way. We celebrated the first one we did. We celebrated the second. We celebrated the third. In fact, we celebrated the third so much that we decided to hammer the fourth. And now I'm celebrating this because it's a warm down, but it's not really a warm down. But don't tell me that. You ready?
Yeah.
You feeling good?
No.
You looking forward to this?
Yes.
Good.
I don't feel as bad as I'm probably making it out to be.
Well, anything after last time, man, that friggin' hurt my entire body and being.
Yeah, I've never wanted to puke before on a run. That was pretty damn close.
That was the puke limit. That was
close.
That was threshold training.
Yeah.
That was the yak tape threshold. One of the great things about this run is because it's this old mansion, there's all kinds of old stonework and whatnot.
It just sounded like you said man-chin.
Man-chin,
Old
yes.
man-chin.
An old man-chin. Is that why you're growing the beard? Are you trying to cover the old man-chin?
Yep. Possible spot, probably. Oozing, lactic acid oozing, does that make sense?
One thing I was telling Jim that I've been training and practicing, different gears and different strides. Like a lot of this is really steep, like right now. And I'm up on my toes using calves and completely exhausting the calves. But then there's sections that are like rock steps that are even steeper. And I stride out, make a bigger stride and run them like stairs. And they come at the end. Even though my calves are already finished, my quads and my glutes aren't. So I can actually go much faster on that stuff. But mentally, there's voices telling me to slow down. Like, you're already redlined, it's too much, slow down. But by switching gears, lengthening my stride, and switching to different muscle groups, I can actually pick up the pace significantly and feel better. Because I'm letting my calves and other muscles rest and putting the load on fresher muscles. So you may want to try that. Again, road shoes on what most people would consider to be a very technical trail. But road shoes are totally appropriate and I think better. And you're less likely to twist an ankle because you're lower to the ground. You have more foot sensitivity and control. Here it is, the final grind. Oh man. This is 38 to 40% slope, tons of rocks. We're approaching the summit. I feel like if I bend my knees too far right now, I'm just gonna fall over and not get up. I'm woozy. I need to go and get some food. And actually going down is, I believe, harder than going up, so I'm kind of concerned about the downhill. I gotta try not to fall. It's really easy to fall on weak legs. And that's part of the training. When the alarm went off this morning at 5:30, I thought, you know what? I'm just exhausted, I'm not feeling it. And then I got up and I thought, oh, it's probably smart not to push my Achilles, it's still on the mend. And then I looked outside and it was foggy and it was 40 degrees when I woke up and 42 when I left the house. And I kept coming up with excuses. And then, you know, I get to the mansion parking lot and Jim's not there. I thought, oh, he's probably not gonna come, maybe I should just go home. And all these excuses, you know, just kept adding up and adding up and adding up. But then when you finally get in action, when you finally get in motion, and you just let the excuses go, or even having the excuses but still putting yourself in motion, like when I woke up, didn't want to do it, but yet, you know, I made my green smoothie, didn't want to do it, but I got dressed, didn't want to do it, but I got in the car, didn't want to do it, I got to the mansion, didn't want to do it, I ran around the parking lot waiting for Jim. Just because you have excuses doesn't mean that you should listen to them and stop. You can have all the excuses you want, but still get into action. You know, here we are, we've done, in my workout book, in my entire life, this is the hardest workout I've ever done. But I started the day feeling like crap and not wanting to do anything, but I just kept putting myself in action one step at a time, even though my mind was trying to talk me out of it. And now I've done it. I've done something that I didn't think was possible on a day that I thought was going to be a total write-off. So just because you're starting off on the wrong foot doesn't mean that the day has to be for naught. Just get yourself into action. Have the excuses, but don't let them stop you from taking action. What's the biggest challenge for you?
Just getting out the door. Getting out the door is the hardest thing, which is why it's easy, especially on Wednesdays, for me to come to Bennington, because I know Tim's waiting for me.
Well, he's usually waiting for me. I'm usually the one who's like, that's more often than not. It's him that waits for me.
But yeah, definitely having somebody to be accountable to, not just yourself. So those excuses don't get you to not do it.
And now you're running 100 to 120 miles a week, every week, except when you're coming down from a big race.
Yeah.
And yet you still have excuses, and you still have voices that tell you to...
Every day?
Yeah.
Oh, I could sleep in. I'm tired. No, get your butt out of bed and go do your tempo run that you're supposed to do. Yeah. Every day. Routine, I think, is the best thing. So it's, you don't even think about it. You, for some reason, you come home from work, you put your clothes on, you go out the door.
Autopilot.
Autopilot. That's what I do. I know at 6 o'clock in the morning I'm getting up and I'm going to the bike path on Tuesdays. I know 5:30 in the morning on Wednesdays I'm coming here. Routine.
Yeah, just get yourself in action regardless of what your mind is saying.
Right.
It's like having the radio on in the car. You know, there's some talk radio, talking heads yelling at each other back and forth, but yet you're driving anyways and you're not really part of the conversation. That's the way it is for me. It's like a radio station in my head, but I'm not really part of the conversation. I'm just driving in the car, getting dressed, making smoothies, and it's just on in the background. Just because you have the voice of quit in your head doesn't mean that you have to listen to it or follow what it's saying. Just think of it like a radio station. You know? Unfortunately, it's really hard to change the channel, but you don't have to listen to it.
I hate my radio channel.
WJIM,
Yeah.
Albany.
Where he never shuts up.
That's right. The greatest hits to my self-esteem all the time.
Oh, so true. Bye.